Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning. It depends on the where you're watching us from. We greet you tonight. Welcome to Empowering You TV. We are so glad today. My name is Coach Jeanine. I'm so glad to be here tonight. Like we always show up every Sunday at 8 p.m. So I want you to start taking your pen and a pencil because I know that's and your notebook because you're gonna get some very good nuggets tonight. Again, I'm so excited to be here tonight. I always make sure that I bring the right person or the right trainer who can be able to give you a good tools and strategy that so you can be able to be the best leader that you can be. So I'm so excited. I hope you had a very good weekend, a long weekend for some of us. And I hope you had some very good time with your family, with everybody around you, because it's really, this time of family time we gathered together. Many of you guys are traveling, so I hope you had a very safe travel. So thank you so much. I hope you had a very good weekend. Bonjour, bonsoir. J'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, c'est Coach Jeanine. Je suis encore ce soir avec un guest qui est vraiment très spécial pour nous. Et j'espère que vous avez eu en tout cas un bon week-end. C'était un long week-end pour ceux qui sont aux États-Unis, comme pour le Thanksgiving. J'espère que vous avez passé de moments avec votre famille, avec vos amis. J'espère en tout cas. So, je suis vraiment dans la joie ce soir parce que chaque dimanche, on vous amène une personne qui pourra vraiment, on pourra partager avec vous ce moment parce que j'amène souvent les gens qui vont vous donner des instructions, des informations qui pourront vous aider à être de meilleurs leaders. So, n'hésitez pas à inviter les gens, invitez vos amis, prenez déjà un stylo et votre cahier parce que j'aimerais toujours que vous puissiez écrire et surtout écouter, comme ça vous puissiez appliquer aussi cela dans votre business ou bien même dans votre vie quotidienne. J'espère que vous serez là avec nous et vous allez aussi poser des questions si vous avez. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited again tonight. I have a special uh, Coach Jacqueline, but I call her Dr. Jacqueline because she's in the spiritual, she's doing a lot of good stuff in the spirit as well. So that's why I call her Dr. Jacqueline as well. Welcome, Dr. Jacqueline. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much, Coach Jeanine, for having me on the show again. So much appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I hope you had a very good weekend.
Yes, I did. And tonight it's over with now, right? Everybody, tomorrow's like back on the our
Yeah,
regular programming. But yeah, we had an awesome rest and a little bit of family time, and we got a chance to see
right.
the Black Panther 2
Yeah,
movie. Yeah, it was good.
awesome. That's you saw that with your family. I saw the pictures. That one
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
That's good.
We
So, hmm
I was gonna say we took my nephew. My nephew
okay.
and my son are about a year apart, so they both enjoyed the movie.
Wonderful.
Yep.
That's good. That's a very good. Spend some time with family, especially this time. It's very needed. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much and welcome everybody. I hope you're joining us. And I want you guys to also share this podcast because we really want everybody to be able to get also those tools and strategy for tonight. Listen, tonight, guys, we are in very good treat tonight because there's a lot of good things coming up just right when we start the month of January. So I don't want you to miss. I want you to really pay attention tonight about some of the amazing events that I am part of, with Dr. Jacqueline. So to me, it's really a blessing. We have known each other, with Dr. Jacqueline, we definitely just, supporting one another from far, but God has allowed us to come together, and I'm very, very grateful. It's really God time, guys. You can't control anything. Everything that we do, God knows when and how He's gonna put us together. So that's why I'm very grateful for Dr. Jacqueline. She's an amazing woman. She's a woman of integrity and really ready to serve. That's something I've seen. I've been watching her. Everything that she's doing, say yes, that's definitely an amazing woman. So I'm very glad that we came together. And then talking and doing some partnership, which you will see more and more coming in 2023. I'm very excited for her. So I would just gonna give her the floor to really share also what she's thankful for in this spirit of Thanksgiving, from January until now. Dr. Jacqueline, can you just give us some few words or some story that you're very grateful for this year, and we can be able to start our conversation.
Ooh, it's so much to be thankful for, Coach Jeanine. I mean, just really just reflecting back, and I know everyone's going to be doing this, next month in December,
Mm-hmm.
when we have a tendency to really sit down and reflect on the year. I thank you for asking me that. And it's been so many wonderful things that have happened this year. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I've had some ups and downs, but for the most part, it's been a great year. It's really been like professionally,
Mm-hmm.
it's really been a time of reflecting and really kind of deciding and seeing more clearly where I see my business going.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably say for me, and then just in terms of being grateful, of course I'm grateful for, my health, the health of my family. I'm grateful for all of the awesome people that I've run into and collaborated with, over the year and just throughout the years in my business, because none of us exist alone.
Yes.
We have to create a network, and it's like the longer you hold out, because some people are like the long man standing, they want to
Mm-hmm.
um, create an empire on their own. And sometimes some people have the idea that they don't want to share the spotlight, or they don't, sometimes they hold on so tight, like they don't want anyone to take their quote unquote their ideas and things of that nature. But I am so grateful for the women that have been placed in my path and that I have,
Amen.
reached out to. Some have reached out
Amen.
to me. We've,
Mm-hmm.
crossed paths like you and I, like Jeanine, Coach Jeanine said. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know how I originally first met you. I don't even know, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what happens. You kind of run in, you show up, right,
Yes.
consistently,
Mm-hmm.
and, you show up for others and you just meet one another.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, I don't know, maybe we spoke in maybe a
Mm-hmm.
platform
A
together, something. I
platform.
don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just know, oh, Coach Jeanine is always there, like, hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Congratulations. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. So, and we follow one another on Facebook
Yeah.
and on LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm grateful for you, Coach Jeanine, and just even
Oh,
teaming up to do
thank
this
you.
project. It really means a lot to me. It really does.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's why I really, I remember one of many conversation we had over the phone, and I was just saying, I said, this is could be really another great example of us coming together, showing really, women coming together and really, collaborate, and this is could be another an example that people have to show and see that how it really, us coming together. There's no other motivation, just supporting one another, believing in one another vision that God has really putting inside of you, that you're birthing out and you sharing with us, us who are coming in as a brand ambassador. So I'm so grateful, and I don't think lately. So I'm also very, very grateful for you, because women like you, or leaders like you who are in our community, we need to keep showing up and supporting one another and showing that it could be done, us coming together, working with one another. And I love what you shared the last time you were here, talking about for so long you were really sharing and mentoring many women and men, telling them that you are enough. That's something that also always resonates with me about empowerment. And it really was a journey for me to realize that as well, and I always know that. But some of the people that I came across, sometimes they didn't have and the quite good understanding about what that really means to be able to
Mhm.
be enough. So it really, it's a great pleasure, it's my passion to be able to empower people by making sure that they know that they are enough. And when you know that you're enough, that means you know who you are, you know what God has really placed in you, and you can be able to continue to show up no matter what. So that's one thing that you and I really, really share in common about empowering people and reminding them to know that they have to know who they are and they are enough for whatever God wants to do with them. They are enough. They are the right people for the job, right?
That's right. And you know what? And some people may take that for granted. They may think like, oh, who doesn't think that they're enough? But the thing of it is, oftentimes, a lot of us, right,
Mm.
whether we are conscious of it
Yes.
or not,
Hmm.
and what it does is it shows up in your
Right.
personal life, it shows up in your professional life. And really
Hmm.
how it shows up is what you expect. It shows up in in where you set the bar. You know what I mean? Like if you set the
Hmm.
bar or your standards, in other words, you set your standards low, that's what
Yes.
you're gonna get. So when you realize and fully, truly realize that you're enough, there is no bar,
Yes.
right?
There's
You know
no.
what I mean? There is no bar because it's limitless
Hmm.
possibilities,
Yes.
right?
That's
So
true.
that's why it's so important for us to talk about this because oftentimes we may feel like we're enough in one area of our life,
Hmm.
right? But maybe another area we don't. Like maybe, I don't know, as a mother, we may
Yes.
feel like, oh, I got this, I am enough, I'm on top of my game. Yeah, I could have, done some things better, but we feel pretty
Hmm.
confident in that, oftentimes because that's things that maybe people may have complimented us on.
Right.
We would sit back and say, well, our kids turned out great, so I did a good job. But then we venture off into our own business, right? And
Hmm.
that's uncharted territory. And a lot of times it's that script playing like it's almost like a projector playing
Mm.
in the back of your mind in the background. And sometimes it's just there and you don't even realize it. How much you and it shows up by you second guessing yourself. um Maybe looking at what other people are doing is like, oh, mine isn't that good. Or what sometimes we have a coaching program or an offer that we sit on and don't put it out. All of
Yes.
those ways is how it kind of shows up. So that's
Hmm.
why we keep talking about it. That's why we both feel very strongly about being able to talk about it, putting it out there and talking about it. And I've shared, from
Yes.
time to time that I didn't feel
Hmm.
like I was enough.
Hmm.
So that's why we have to talk about it because
Yes.
the more we become aware of it, we can
Hmm.
put it out there. It's not the big elephant in the room anymore. We put it out there. We can talk about it. We can talk
Right.
about it and get better.
Hmm. And I'm glad that you pointed out because that's very important, especially so even as a servant leader,
Mm,
many of us like we even though we don't share enough, we are it looks like we are not allowed to be vulnerable as a servant. Yes, we can, and that's why actually people relate to us more. The more you share, the more you are more vulnerable. That's why people can relate to you because they don't see you as a, some type of like you don't have any feelings going on or you don't have a hard day. Yes, you do. Yes, we do every day, but we choose to show up every day no matter what. And that's to me, that's very important. You say that sometimes you just, you can doubt yourself, but you know what God has put inside of you. You know that He has to keep going, even though your present situation doesn't look like you're going anywhere. But yes, I know what I put inside of you. I know exactly where I'm leading you. I just want you to trust me and to trust the process. And that's what we've been doing. And that's why you've been showing up, also, Dr. Jacqueline, to me. And that's why I'm so excited for this conference, to this symposium coming up. And if you just before that, can you talk also about the Queen Round Table so people can
um,
get to know? Because you're already global. That's what I really love about you, because you always open up space so where people can be able together, and you are open to different cultures, and just to be always curious to know people. So that's one thing I really admire about you as well.
you know what? I'm telling you, Coach Jeanine, even as a young girl, I was
Yes.
called Motor Mouth, right? Because I always had a question. I was
Yeah.
the one in school when everybody was ready to get out of class, right? And the professor's like, does anyone else have any questions? And they would all look at me, because they knew I had a question. They would be looking at me like, don't you ask no more questions. We want to get out of here. But I've always been very inquisitive like that. Like I love people and I
Hmm.
like talking to people. I like, finding out like who they are, what's important to them, what wakes
Hmm.
them up in the morning, what,
Yes.
even to what are their fears, what are their regrets and things of that nature. So for me, I love talking to people. And I say, and people always say, well, what, or some of the men would say, well, what about us men? and I enjoy the men too. But when I initially started my business,
Mm-hmm.
it came from a need of, because like I said, for a very long time, I didn't even think I had a story. I didn't even think that it was anything that I could even help anyone with, or much less coach or teach.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just got to looking at patterns and I was like, wow. I said, a lot of the women that I talk with, and this is mainly through my profession, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm an actual licensed therapist. And,
Mm-hmm.
working in the social work arena for so many years, I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that it was a common thread between, I don't care about your age, what your socioeconomic status was, ethnicity, where you were born, all of that, right? Whether you had a college degree or whether you didn't. One common thing that I noticed was that not feeling like we were good enough, or
Yes.
just that not feeling deserving enough,
Mm-hmm.
or not feeling worthy. I noticed that that was a common, just a common thing. And so I thought about that, and I said, you know what? I said, I haven't always been like the Jackie today in 2022, 2021, 2020 is not the Jackie of 1990. Or
Mm-hmm.
not
Oh,
even the
yeah.
Jackie of 1995, really for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about it and I was like, wow. I said I was able to rebuild my self confidence, I can help people with that. So
Yes.
that's why I originally started my business. And that's why I was focused on women and
Mm-hmm.
primarily African American women, because I am an African American woman. And that's the perspective that I speak from. That is whom I feel most comfortable in terms of helping them with their confidence, right? And I say that because there's a lot of shared experiences. Like I can sit down and talk with someone whether they were born in Texas or
Mm-hmm.
New York or California, and there are common themes that we all share. Part of our African American cultural identity, right? So when I originally started, I was like, this is what I want to do. That's what I can help people with. That's within my scope, and that's something that's very dear to my heart. So, and I look, and I know it was a little long and drawn out, but your question was
No, no,
Eight
no.
Queens Roundtable, right? How did that
Yeah.
start? So
Mm-hmm.
when I thought about just us, like I just had the vision of just, basically a table,
Mm-hmm.
and us just sitting around that table and just having open, honest conversations,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just talking openly, honestly, encouraging one another, supporting one another, you know, um, and just that shared experience, not I'm better than you or I'm the teacher and you're
Mm-hmm.
the student, but us just learning from each other, because
Yes.
that's really what we do.
That's true.
Whenever we sit down, and I mean everybody I interview, every client I have on my my regular 9 to 5, I learn something from everybody
Yes.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it originally started, and that was just something I came up with, a Queen's Roundtable, because that was
Oh,
that was my vision.
see, and that's something I love about you, that you just said, that you said that it's not so much about the title. And I always say that too, because to me, true leadership, and many people who are around me, they hear me saying that over and over about true leadership. It's not about the title. It's about
Mhm.
how consistently you're showing up for your people. You're showing up for your community, for your tribe. So to me, because that's what I grew up in seeing, like, to me, I always say I've seen leadership in my household growing up, because my mom, my grandmother, women in my life, they show up every day, no matter what. They're bringing in, all the advices and everything. So that's something I really wanted to replicate and continue to make sure everywhere I go, even though, in the school system when I used to work, and even students, they just come to me, they were joining to me. To me, they would start calling me the social worker. I was not the social worker, but they came to me, and because they found that I give them my shoulder, I give them my ear, so they can be able to listen to me and just vent. Some people, they just want to vent, and that's the same thing in the business. Whenever our client, they kind of feel unstuck, they're stuck, or they're not clear, they don't have the clarity, they come to us. And that's what we do in every single day. We showing up, we make sure that we listen to them, and then we trying to bring solution in whatever they need. So that's, I like that, because the Queen Round Table really started based on the need, and you keep serving our community in different capacities. So And then this now you're gonna serve our community in a different level, which is coming up for the symposium, which I'm so excited about. Can you please also tell a little bit of a view about what they can expect, from the symposium, and how they can be able, to join, because we still have seat, guys. Don't wait.
You know what? And it's just such a perfect. This is perfect, and I'm telling you, Coach Jeanine, I was
Yes.
just sitting, I was thinking, and I was just like, I said, I want to do something different for the symposium.
Yes.
And I thought about it, and I was like, this would be so awesome to have entrepreneurs from all over the globe, right?
Yes.
And let us just share, because my struggle may be different from your struggle, or
Mhm.
we may find that they're similar. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of similarities, a lot of similarities. So
Mhm.
for those business women, and I know, like, I'm connected with some, like, on more so on LinkedIn, I would
Yes.
say, versus
Mhm.
Facebook per se. But
Right.
just for us to be able to come together, and what I'm hoping is that this will be like the bridge
Yes.
for continued
Mhm.
collaboration.
Mhm.
Continued collaboration. Maybe you and I, maybe
Yes.
can team up with someone, and maybe we can
Mhm.
go there, and support them, or maybe an in-person venture that they're having. They can come and support us, and then with the on-demand television, we can basically, have exposure all over the world.
That's right. That's right.
So
Absolutely. And guys, I've seen the brochure, I've seen the flyer. There are some amazing, amazing speaker coming up. So don't wait, and then Dr. Uh, Jacqueline, she's gonna give us the link where you can be able to sign up, so that's something that make sure that you do stay until the end. So she's gonna give us all the information so you will be able to be part of this, and making sure, because when I listened to the vision that she was really, I was like, this is really something that we can be able to do. And even after the symposium, because that's something that we're putting together very soon, you're going to have that. And we're going to support you guys on your journey to leadership. Me and Coach Jacqueline, we're going to be able to do a global mentorship program. So stay tuned, because it's really coming up after, and we're gonna, because we want to give you that support, after the symposium, where you can be able, to be fired up and make sure that you have all the tools. And then what, so that's why we are here, to be able to give you mentorship and making sure that you have everything that you need to be able to bring your business more global. So that's, I'm very, very excited about that, for the global mentorship program that we're going to be doing after the symposium. So stay tuned, definitely. But Dr. Jacqueline, can you also share with some of the ladies that they're listening to us right now, and they haven't put anything in place yet? Because I know sometimes it could be overwhelmed for them. They're trying to juggle, the work schedule, the family, but their hearts really want to start their journey in entrepreneurship, in leadership in 2023. What would you say to those women and men as well?
well, first of all, remember, Rome was not built in a day, right? So whatever it is that you want to do, just start taking small actionable steps.
Mhm.
Small actionable steps. If you are not quite clear, maybe, because sometimes we have a few ideas, but we're not really sure which one we want to do first. I would
Mhm.
say just kind of, sit, in your quiet place, or, have some quiet time, and really just kind of think about how you want to move forward. And that is to say you can't get to the other things, but I would say to decide on one thing initially. And then once you decide on that, then just baby step it. Once you come up with a plan, maybe you want to write a book, you want to do a summit, you want to do a podcast, right? Decide on which one you're going to do first. And let's say, like, if it's a podcast, then just little by little, start working your plan. Maybe you can talk to some other fellow podcasters, or get
Yes.
into some podcasting groups, and just maybe ask, well, how did you start out? And, start, because you have to select a platform, I would assume,
Mhm.
first,
Mhm.
that, and figure out who your ideal audience is going to be, or maybe if you want to select a mentor, but some small actionable steps in the right direction. But
Mhm.
before you do that, though, you just have to be clear about about the end goal first, right? I would say first figure out what you're going to tackle first, and then just start at the ground. Start at the ground, just build your way up. Small actionable
Absolutely.
steps equal to something big in the long
Yes,
run.
that is very true. Thank you for sharing that. Guys, I hope you're taking notes. Hello, Coach Lorette. Thank you for joining. Yes, consistency, I would say as well. I just want to add to what Coach Jacqueline just said. Just again, found yourself a mentor. Oh, there's so many things now with technology. Make sure you join a group, like a Facebook group or YouTube. I call YouTube University because that, I mean, you go and learn, really take time to master all the ins and out of the business and the process, making sure that you're learning and you give yourself some space to learn as well, while you're going and while you're preparing. And guess what? That's why we are here. I am here. You can come and reach out to me. I can ask, you can ask questions. Coach Jacqueline is here. That's what she's here for. That's why after the symposium we're gonna open up really, this mentorship program, so you can come in and we can be able to sit down with you and go step by step with you. So we don't want you to waste your time or your money in any other thing. That we want to make sure that you are clearly, you are very, very sure that this is what you want to do, and then we're gonna help
Mhm.
with you together, map out your plan so we can be able to bring you with us, because we are already global, but we're going to bring you definitely, to what you want to do and hold you accountable. That's one of the things that we will be able to give you as a service and hold you accountable. You told us that you want to do this, you want to bring your business global, we will be there for you. So I want you just to know this is our promises to you. So it won't be just stopping at the symposium. Even after the symposium, we
After.
will be with
Yeah.
you all along, because we are here to serve and you are enough. So that's why we're bringing you along with us. So, yes, Coach Jacqueline, please, can you just tell us how everybody can be able to join the symposium, and then give us the details so that they can be able to join?
Yes. So there is a link. And basically, when you click on the link, it gives you all of the information in terms of the different speaking packages and everything that is included in them. With the exception of Jeanine has been so kind that she is also going to, she's launching her magazine. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also in addition to, and we haven't
Yeah.
added that just yet, but that's
Right.
also another opportunity to be added into one of those identified packages. So
Right.
you'll have the speak, you have the opportunity to sell your services. So, think about the timing. If this summit is in January, maybe you're launching something the end of January, February, March. This is a good time to be able to talk about it, have some
Mm-hmm.
time before an audience to be able to talk about your upcoming product and or service, right? So you can sell from the stage. You have an opportunity to, of course, be listed on the summit site, your bio, your headshot, so forth. There are also opportunities to advertise your business, separate, advertising opportunities, as well as sponsorship opportunities. And like I said,
Yes.
the opportunity to be in Coach Janine's magazine. And what's the name of your
Mm-hmm.
magazine again?
Umoja Mag.
Umoja. That's right, Umoja, Umoja.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
she's going to be um, having that opportunity. So again, these opportunities you don't miss, to be able to opportunity, not just these things, but to be able to reach a global audience. Also,
Yes.
too, I can't forget this. This is last, but definitely not least, the opportunity to be put on the Women Win Network. The Women Win
Yes.
Network with on-demand programming, and
Mm-hmm.
we stream on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. So that's also
Yes.
another opportunity. And Roku and excuse me, Amazon Fire TV is everywhere. It's
Yes.
in
Mm-hmm.
South America, it's in the UK, Central America. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I know Australia. It's a lot, Japan. So it's in a
Right.
lot of different countries.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a global opportunity. This is a global opportunity. And again, like Coach Nate mentioned, the idea is to connect everyone, and we're going
Yeah.
to be able to, you can connect with
Mm-hmm.
other entrepreneurs and continue to collaborate
Mm-hmm.
with them, as well as the ongoing mentorship program. So it's a win-win for everybody. So
Yeah,
the question isn't why should you participate? The question is
absolutely.
why shouldn't you?
That's true. That is so true, guys. I don't want you to miss this opportunity, and especially, with this collaboration, we can make sure to feature your business as well in Umoja Mag, and Umoja Mag will be bringing your article or your story in 4 languages. This is a really a major visibility. I don't want you to miss that. Don't make sure that you sign up for the program so we can be able to feature your story and your business in Umoja Mag and also on this global platform. Thank you again, Coach Jacqueline. It's been amazing to be here on this platform with you. And also, we are thankful for you and for all our viewers. It depends where you're watching us from. Even though you can be watching the replay, make sure you subscribe to our channel and then making sure that you share this because we want many people to be able to get access to it. And you have any question, don't hesitate to reach out to us or to Coach Jacqueline. So we'll see you next Sunday. Thank you, guys. It's been a
Bye bye,
pleasure.
everybody.
Bye bye.